mansan sonfo Kojo Preko Dankwah and I make a choice and a day a dafofro e wo wabrabom eno nti no wasora no paye wiye ya boya wo hu awie die sori waka na fa kokudru enante nenye gidi se eye den a erade ebeye amaw eno nti no breakthrough ebeba so sorry na fa wo fidie no eto 92.9 and afi so ye Kessben TV on DSTV channel 364 and then on Go TV channel 121 midin e dey mansan sonfo Kojo Preko Dankwah.
47 minutes past the hour of 7 meeting at the Mansan Son for Kojo Preko Dankwah. You just joined us at Kessben TV. Been watching Emo Akwaba. So and I will join here at 92.9. Me that was say so do video at 92.9.
Been watching Emo Akwaba about Kessben 92.9 and I feel so Kessben TV so. Kessben Maakye sunie midin e dia mansan sonfo Kojo Preko Dankwah and I make a choice and a day e dafofro e wo wabrabom eno nti no wasora no paye wiye ya boya wo hu awie die sori waka na fa kokudru enante nenye gidi se eye den a erade ebeye amaw eno nti no breakthrough ebeba so sorry na fa wo fidie no eto 92.9 and afi so ye Kessben TV on DSTV channel 364 and then on Go TV channel 121 midin e dia mansan sonfo Kojo Preko Dankwah.
Sports team and I say somebody kick off in the break. Yeguswa wa hanu ma yede Kessben match no ebro midin de mansan sonfo to 7 a.m. midin de mansan sonfo Kojo Preko Dankwah o hwem ye Kessben TV so saso na otemenka e 92.9 otemenka enyina wo hormon DSTV channel 364 and then on Go TV channel 121. WhatsApp messages na feso text message na no fabra making kind nyina ma teacher constitution mehu de wa bosheba a misty go so wo de aba and afeso capito menhia mehu de wa teacher Kojo Tepa wo so de aba bedu o kind mehu de nyina making kind nyina wo so fa wo de bra na making kind nyina ama e wo fie hanom wo ko Facebook and patch like page no na share na comment on 92.9 Kessben 92.9 making kind nyina so ama e wo honom e den de bedi nkomo bebre san se ensem e wo hopa say yedi hu enkomo pa. Now, one of the critical ones a bedi hu nkomo be sha CCC has to do with a constitutional review commission. But they can't catch off it in ra say ye be fano mako na ya hwehwe de eko ene de be nyina proposals are omda ba be tudwane nyina na se fata say eye timamufo yeso edi hu nkomo yie pa. And indeed, President did so well to say listen, mon publish a commission no amo outcome ni nyina no mon publish ni nyina se na be ya timamufo so betumi akenkan no mahu de eko ene de be nyina we no ye mfa nkohye sumu eno nti no wama eye Ghana fo nyina yeso yensa ka bia yedi hu ambobo ni ye hwe de eko ene de be nyina enra ye hwe there has to do with the presidency and afeso parliamentarians for omo term of office ene kwan be fa so a ye be di couple boni se be di couple a ye ma parliamentarian bia embe minister be fa ministers nko na parliament so ayo mo adwuma eno ho nkomo so yedi ye ene ye ba be di nkomo afa other matters has to do with political parties. Anyhow, a constitutional review commission for no omo ekoye ne obia di nkomo no omo ede abomususu se eno beboa ama political parties no so edi mu be no ho nkomo ena ba be disisia no but wo hwe page 32 of the 127 document page 9 one of the pages 2.16 it can be BFA independent registrar and regulator of political parties and campaigns. I don't come on and I been very interesting issues a APM ewo hono me pese di ho nkomo yie pa me nko zoom na me ne me nua bema panyi madi Jibril of the NDC omo IT panyini ewo hono ma ye no endi enkomo emfa eniema Constitutional Review Commission for ekuchire gu nkrata so no, the one that has to do with the political parties, yendi hu nkomo na fe yemra sisi amadi otemenka official pa de dikan and afi so mo akwaba eba Kessben 92.9 and afi so ye Kessben TV so migidi ye se abusuafo ho ye na wankasa so ho ye
Kojo mejimfuso nyeto official pa
yes
na memfa nchia kese so ma ye party for na Ghana for na
obia so eje so pa Madi yen shase na fe yen nkoma yen share the Constitution Review Commission at the year and there may be ababetudwa which for us we think we need to discuss and see the way forward. And you chinchina say for proposals. So sabi ejuma dwinchire so ani hu kwan be for say betumi. One has to do with the independent registrar regulator of political parties and campaigns. First off, minim say what kind sa page 32 2.16 of the 127 documents, when ni ehu ana when ni aboso. First off,
Kojo medical make say I many aboso bakinkan provisions,
okay.
And not only that provisions in other provisions in the proposals,
Okay, so definitely we'll hit into the other matters. But the political parties in the now, when the commission says that there is the need for us to set up an independent registrar regulator of political parties and campaigns, from where you sit, do you think we need such an independent registrar regulator to really regulate our elections? What it means is that they are taking some job from electoral commission to really position themselves and do as a pro YC and then maybe an cases almost share more political parties the ma independent registrar no na why more for us sir.
Kojo before be call for my member o mampeni John Dramani Mahama abaso say o share boss say so obey mampeni a your constitution we no obehwe na ya review na Ghana for akire o madwen na yentimi say constitution to meet the current activities are here enti edi sa basodi nwebo obani John Dramani Mahama ndi o man sa opportunity a Ghana for any opportunity to review our constitution. We offer that provision now. And I believe you normally follow our political discourse in this country.
Sure.
One of the things that NDC proposal here are at the Assembly by between NDC Electoral Commission for the 2020 elections. This provision.
Okay.
Offer NDC SNE propose an Electoral Commission for reforms. America said nanka easy and free nanka na reforms to our electoral process to be able to change the Senate processes in airports. Offer your reform document now. These provisions doable. This provision so for us it is like putting ice on the cake, MIA, because we have seen Senate Electoral Commission political parties. But young Kasakurapo checks and balances in Kaponiwo. Because a Jumana Kodos to Amba Electoral Commission, on one or share your offices a Juma, on one or share even auditing your finances a Juma, on also share elections. Enti sa a Jumana Kodos no. Enti ama in the way they are not able to do it the way it's supposed to do. That is why you find most of the mushroom, say other political parties are. When the party office crap is still working as a eco IPAC, eco Kasebi. So if you have a regulator, why not qualified to be a political party? What was saying man now or no the need you of a check here. Not no be able to IPAC, about to work as a IPAC. What you say? So for us, it's good. Electoral Commission will now have that concentration focus on how to run elections. And not only the presidential and the parliamentary, but assembly elections and other elections are our mind. we think that it's good, and once it comes to say law now, I believe the beginning will be difficult, but I believe that the electoral process.
Madi, clearly, say it means that now in the hands of a parliament, or probably by extension, the executive will have to then appoint somebody who we claim or be independent registrar in dealing with the political parties. Now, we have witnessed what political parties, they do when it comes to appointment of leadership, whether YC or IPAC and all those things that happens. Now, let me ask this. Should we move beyond to say that, yes, we're establishing independent registrar and regulator, the appointment of that particular personality no obedi anymore? No? Political parties, it look as if Timamufo ye anymore. An issue where you are now come to say that, oh, yeah, found under this particular government, all register we know because we in the fan and also buy and ye who the oye and I into know ye sususe or ye say all these things will start coming up again. So for me, if we leave it and really structure YC well, to see an independent registrar probably appointed by the YC themselves to look at these ones as a department under the YC, wouldn't it be much better?
We have given Electoral Commission all the powers that to implement all these things, but we are having challenge. Only me say Electoral Commission, our department per say law, no say to appoint a director of IT to regulate the IT activities in the commission. As I speak to you, they don't have that director. A consultant, so when you leave it to Electoral Commission, we still have the same problem now. We cannot say because we by appointing, we continue being where we are. Let's give that provision a try. But for me, whatever the case will be, whether you appoint or not to appoint, it's about the individual who is going to act there as the officer. When you get to that one, because tell you, my registry department are registered companies, aside ministries are
yeah.
So when you have such thing and take this power from them, there's the election, you run the election. It doesn't stop anybody from you. So we print ballot papers. You are recruiting your returning officers. Yours is elections. But the other side that I can say, we have really proposed before, say that committee and a team so also look at it. I don't see the issue about appointment, who to appoint who. But what kind of system are we going to want to use in this country? Other than that, we'll remain where we are and nothing will happen to us.
Okay. Another one, we know, sir, it is not just about them to come in to regulate what you do, but beyond that, they're going to deal with Parliament, to develop laws governing political parties and campaigns, and then to enforce code of conduct, and then again to look at other anti-democratic activities of political parties, including vigilantism. But listen, yet you say vigilantism, our Parliament, Nina, to really curb issues that really happen when we have elections and all that. Vigilantism, Emra Act, and to me, we've seen or we witness a lot of these things continuing happening and all that. And then the chair says, the independent regulator, registrar and regulator, a bit to me, I enforce this animal way now.
Kojo, the question is, who was implementing the vigilante law when implementing? Is it Electoral Commission and our police? There's nobody who implemented this act now.
Okay.
Electoral Commission will tell you, I don't have control on security. Electoral Commission and Kasano or Kachira will say, I don't have strength and control. Mine is to run elections. So we only deceiving ourselves, say, yeah, well, laws are but we don't have people who are implementing those laws for us. So for me, I think that once we have this one, and there's a mandate, that will now, we can now question the person in charge of this institution to act on those. Other than that, we'll be deceiving ourselves, say we have some laws, but laws doesn't work for us.
Okay. Now, there's another one that has to do with monetization of election and campaign financing. So when you look at the document 2.17, it says that the committee recommends an amendment to Chapter 7 of the Constitution to provide that Parliament shall, within a specific period after the coming into office, this proposed amendment enact legislation or amend existing legislation within implementation regulation to be made by the IRRPC to regulate the cost of electioneering and political campaigns as follows. 1. Restrict the period for electioneering and campaigning by a party or candidate to a specified number of days or weeks immediately prior to general elections. Example, 120 days before which no electioneering or campaigning activity as defined by the law may be permitted. And here, number one, I want us to stick with this one. Is it a good one for us to run with?
Kojo, if you take our fourth public process starting here, you know, say now from 92, there was no campaign activities until we get to elections here.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. It got to a point when I think that in 2008 thereabout, when our opponents have said the government in power no, at any given time he had opportunity to speak about his policies. So how does he also show the other side of the policies? Then now media start engaging them. So Becca is a government, yes, or Musu Becca then obey. But the man is not consulting rude. The opposition is not consulting anything. But we call ourselves to come to speak over it. So it become an issue, as they say, from January 7th. Now you start see the tension in this country for the political activity. Next idea, we will have that policy before. Say election year. In fact, we even launch campaign time. They say NS start a campaign. Elections. But I think that it will be difficult to start, but it will help us also because you go to other countries, practices system we know. Tension and power sorina did no doors. Obia, what frame Madi, when you're Greek expert, when you're economic expert. Once I want frame here, how to speak over it. Now they didn't air doors or system, no, what I said. It also allowed, once we have this issue, it also allowed now the ministers and then the CEOs and now people in charge of the institutions who come and speak to the institutions that they are doing. So what I said. Then we'll be very much informed. It even will go down to the communities where we have community engagement to tell people what actually government is doing. It will bring everybody to speak to understand. I believe it will also help us. In this idea, we'll continue to make these issues. It's about political activities, making the noise in the system. But political activities is, for me, once you have a constituency executive, your branch executive, they can send your messages on the ground. But what we are now doing now, I believe, if this law come to pass, come to be everyone.
Madi, let me look at these two scenarios here. One has to do with the issue of a sitting government and then opposition, where opposition is trying to streamline things. So sitting government does they can hold their press conferences, they can talk about it, where the sitting government comes in to say, oh, I am launching or probably coming back to come and tell Ghanaians what I've done 1 year, and you expect the opposition party either to keep quiet or probably not to say anything about it. They will say. Now, when they say it, it becomes then more or less like they are doing campaign, and also said they are doing what? That is another one. The other issue has to do with within that same period, let's say even with the 4 years, my party will have to go through a regime, and I have my timetable, and I need to start early to able to solve matters within. So it can take me 1.5 years to finish with all my elections before I come up with my presidential candidate, or I want to do it vice versa. Within that time, I still will have to be the opposition to really put government in check. These two issues, if it is done within that same time, now say by my time sorry yankasa party elections and I say BBA, are you not defeating that purpose for us?
We are not defeating the purpose. Your party activities is different from campaign activities. your party activity, party executive now from polling station, constituency, region, and national. No, they are there to send messages to propagate what your party is doing to the people on the ground. It's different from campaign. Yeah, that's what we call it engagement. Okay, so that is where you guys okay. Our mining yes say, but we think that we have to do this. That's what I'm talking about, community engagement. But Kojo, if this law comes to be, and then even the proposal say we are decoupling the parliament from ministries.
Yes.
Say parliamentary parliament.
Yeah.
There you will see responsible opposition MPs in parliament.
Okay.
Okay, that checks, I find the because they will not have time. Just to now be checking the approval we have my government, whether he's doing it or not. Okay, that is where we'll get, if I will get a quality debate, quality accusation, quality opposition. And then the AIS.
Okay. All right. Matthias here. One other issue I want to believe the political parties will have to really deal with, very hard to knock, has to do with more finances, as to how more expenditure when it comes to elections. Now, they are telling us that the IRRPC will have to, subject, more fees, party aspirants, your candidates, your primaries, the expenditures that you do. They're going to look at all your finances and your campaigns and all those, regulate, your incumbency abuse, election processes and all that. You and I know how you guys finance your political parties. Ayana embeto jasa baby sebi munya musike fee. We all know on paper say a dues payment and now face so other grants and all that. How are the political parties going to run with this, where people now there's a third person to look into your finances and how you are financing your campaign?
And then Newton, as I speak to you, we just submitted our audit report to the Electoral Commission.
Okay.
Our finances. We do it always. We always do this, submitting our finances to them, knowing what we have gone through in terms of our. In fact, they even go beyond even finances. Properties, our Electoral Commission, every year you have to account for it. This has been done always. But you see, this time around, maybe we are scaling it up to get an institution to look into those issues.
Exactly.
That's why maybe you agree with the proposal. Say, let's now separate these powers from Electoral Commission to run the election and allow other institutions to do this. But when these things comes to play, Obian sorry in your political party.
Okay.
Obian sorry, you only see him. The party only starts his campaign when IPAC has a press conference. And I say IPAC, a live show, a live meeting. Or because I know why campaign or not. But he called himself a candidate. He comes out, you call him a political party. But apart from any the secretary, your party for. But we respect them as a political party in the system. So Kojo, I think that it's good. It's all of us to shape what we're doing, especially when the parliament is going to enact that law. They know what they go through to campaign. They know the resources that they will enact the law that will govern all of us to be able to run elections. I always have a problem when people sit back and think, say, for politicians, where do they get their money? Yes, but the same person who is doing this thing, the next day you have him contesting elections. You see him even going through the same process. So I think that it's good thing. As a mind, the BBI should be transparent to everybody. Where we get our resources, how we use our resources, very important. But I'm saying as a political party, we always submit our audit report to the Electoral Commission.
Okay. Last one before you go. We know and I don't know how we can really deal with it. Now, if the independent registrar and regulator is coming in, one of the things is to regulate and sanction abuse of incumbency for electioneering purpose. Now, there's a thin line. How do you regulate the abuse of incumbency? So, for instance, if Madina find the president on a sitting presidency, see and I say or con in Numa or check in Numa even if it is election year. I mean, how do you then regulate the incumbency? I mean, advantage in this. How do you think they can do that?
But I'm happy you said it's a tail line. Issues of a tail line always have to have a careful approach to it. So what you're saying. So let's see how the regulations will be.
Okay.
So what you're saying.
Okay.
Let's see how the regulations will be. Other than that, as you say, it's a tail line to it. But perhaps maybe logistic-wise, using logistic-wise, I remember in the year 2008 or so, when the MPP were going for the primaries, I think Alan then was the system candidate, was using private jets to the other regions. When the opposition, other people at least started to raise, they say he applied for it to get it. Opposition spoke about it. So we'll look at all those things. How do you differentiate between, say, Miko Commission project? Maybe unless we say, maybe 3 months to elections, you don't commission any projects, okay?
Okay.
3 months to elections, don't start any projects. 3 months to election, don't recruit any. Those maybe we'll look at all those issues, but it's a thin line. There's a thin line between incumbency abuse and not abusing incumbency. But as I said, NDC, we are trying to reduce those tensions. You and I have had conversation about by elections.
Yeah, sure.
It's the first by elections are sitting president uncle.
Yeah.
It's the first by election are sitting president and a vice president and participating in that elections.
Yeah.
So we are changing. In fact, I think like we are all say, why don't we reduce this farmer party for the MPs who matters to be playing this role, rather than bringing the whole presidency, say, for the parliamentary primaries. Then this is showing a way in this one. But we will look at the regulations. And I think of a way for the good of this country. As a promise the NDC has made that when we come to power, we give Ghanaians opportunity to propose what will help us as a people. And yes, it's not about NDC or the NDP. It's about Ghana.
Yeah.
Although tomorrow it will be you as a president, the other day it will be another person. But what kind of Ghana? And and that is why. But I'm happy. One of the debates, we always tease about it, say this term issue.
Yes.
The president who proposed, say, Munko Seti Committee. Now, for be a certain committee to move. Onanka se ka say 1 year.
Yeah.
Committee news to say Ghana for say 1 year. The national chairman, general secretary, Nanka said they be near the for us. I think that he has put the conversation down. This is a good thing. Perhaps maybe we may not accept all, but I believe that 90% of it will be accepted, and then we'll try it. 30-something years of a constitutional law. It's good time for us to review it.
Okay, but I say, about 30 years, just a minute on this one before I move on to my other panel with the Teopa. Now, 30 years of the constitutional regime, we are now seeing some change. Now they are telling us 30 years can also proposal can also start or vie for presidency as against 40 years. Do you share the same age?
Kojo, I support it wholeheartedly. Kojo,
yes.
Who is the youngest member of parliament currently before? What age is it?
I don't know. I think it was 30, right? Or youngest in parliament?
No, 21, 20-something years.
21, yeah.
So if you have people like this, that Ghanaian, some constituents have voted for them to go and lead them. And we are saying 30.
Is it a K2 South man?
Yes,
Adam.
Man is about 27, about 30.
Yes.
And
Adam
this
Agbana.
man, you can look at him and get yourself, you can lead a country.
Yeah.
You see, until we put that challenge to us, we will not get anywhere.
Okay.
I understand, Maakye, some analysis, I say, Ghana, who go school, who be school, now 25 years.
Yes.
Is it university and edible mind?
That's another call. Wow.
No, is it university and edible mind? I'm not from university. I'm a boom on and then I'm going to me at Weibo at the seat at the moment. You understand? It is not university that lead or rule a country.
92.9.
It's about leadership.
Yeah.
So these analysis are people say, Ghana, you have to go to school. By the time you finish your university, you finish your masters, then you have 26 years. So a university, any man in
Okay. All right.
So I support. I think we need to challenge it. In fact, 40 crap on to a constitution. Have you ever voted for somebody 40 years before?
That being then I'm 60, 70, 85.
But let's try. Let's give it a try.
Okay.
The NDC again as a party, as a government, have shown that leadership. Say the young ones can do it.
Yeah.
And look at Sami Jemfi's age, and look at what he's doing. And the other political parties, Sami Jemfi would never got in that position in his life.
A party ban.
Okay. MPP. Yes. In the NPP, at that age of Sami Jemfi, they would say he's very young. Only said the NPP are the only political party who will tell you, say, Bradman, oh boy, where minister. Only say.
Wow.
We should move from that one and give challenge to ourselves, say, we can do it.
Okay.
When the young one who is 30 years have the brains and the knowledge to lead, and not one here, there are other people who will support him to do it. So this analysis of Ubeko University, any criteria to lead in society.
Okay. Madi, Medasipa, Madi Jibril, Deputy Director of Elections, and then IT or NDC, no, Edin Komadi, Medasipa, point you bidding como, Medasipa. All right, Intimadi no AD and Komosisi, check out time at 22 minutes into 8 a.m. Ura Samson Asaki Ewufiahanom, or your national chairman, Emma People's National Convention, PSC, or no Sufiaha and Chebedin Komafon, Asaki Biaboko there.
Bibiabako na usue.
Radiatum kakra craig.
But na me person me bisa madi 1 or 2 questions, but unfortunately one man ako.
Oh, okay.
One man ako. But say no baba can asam not.
Okay, no problem. I mean, we're having your colleagues in. I wish we even maintain them on Zoom so that we can probably have all the discussions. But I have Citizen Atudazi, who is the General Secretary for GCPP. Zoom says, yeah, ending Komanafe, Samson. So, of course, we'll share the discussions as and when we move on. But Citizen, I'm watching more Kwaba by Kessben TV and Facebook, so Kessben 92.9. Mijiri is a bibe bokode.
Chia waiting for no wash from Pimpin. Na min chairman, I won't go bit. Many prep.
Oh, okay. What you so far?
Now, one commander paid the Kojo, you're too much. If I listen to your line of questioning, your follow-ups they were apt. I mean, you are really educating Ghanaians as always every morning.
But that's it.
No production team.
That's it. But let me start with you with where I ended with Madi, just to clear the way for us to drink deep into it. I mean, the age of 30 years, now you can stand as a president instead of the 40 years. Do you share the same thing? I mean, reasons Ghanaians are giving. I mean, with our system, our structure, our family structure, occupational economic structure, 30 years, where am I going to find the money to do the campaigns? How am I going to finance myself? Am I joining a party that believes in old age? I mean, party that believes that 30 years, Musa, the tradition that we have and all that. Do you share the same thing? 30 years, is it okay with you?
We made age a determinant factor. There is obi behunyansa ojunani age do obi behunya na muntu ana ojunani mfia ways do. I've been on record to say that the current the generation of those in their 80s, 70s now, they are the ones who have failed this nation. Especially if you look at former President Nana-Addo, ne age group before, the same group are na yanti bida there a whole nanum ye janum awakwa hum gym pensioners who go and a power sora they are picketing at the finance ministry. So it is a challenge, you know, there. At certain age, you know, it does not necessarily mean that you know it all or you do it all. Yes, abrabo comes with experience. Okay. So I am concerned about experience than age.
Okay.
It should be more of yimpano what experiences you've had, but not necessarily your age. Obi wa say be wenyin. So ebia ombonoma. You know, personally, for me, it's not about age. Ghana fu nyina agi to me there. Say amazing fidua watch. Now what to aba mam na me your mampin obey ya. So be it. It's for me that discrimination with age, I have a challenge with it.
Okay.
But Ghana mambre munu yenyim there sebe se wa bodwin fu fita kakra na enye kase tenten gram a na ochede enyini. Nti emi de bia wo huma nkofo se de me di 20. So yami na dum awon fa na yewo ya kobi kakra fine. Nti that pusher na that mentality you feel there it should always be about are you 50 years our I think we should all look at it. And I welcome this. At least it's a beginning call to see how best we can move on as a country. 30 years is a beginning, but I feel that it should be 18 years. Once you're 18 and above and you can vote, the law should give you the opportunity. It can't be there. Ghana, even at age 40, young president, I think Madi said it.
Yeah, Madi said
it. President, we're voting man at the age of 40 years. So it is about we Ghanaians and people being able to put themselves up. There warankasa inyama akaza here to do your campaign at age 18 and at age 30. You can lead people. So be it.
But citizen, it not has to do with two things: the financing, as to how, for instance, ABI may standing as independent presidential candidate, the financing that goes with it. Se me kwa kujina party bia name uswa, yebeka cho say your backlog. I mean, usa nisa woba. That cultural values to be now. Yedi say you move from day one to make it look like Sesebio medi 30. Na say obi wo eye party na so we di eye 46 50 55 we expect that wo 30 no we akwada esese wo twen na edu so a obeba. That mentality has always pushed the younger ones down to the extent that they don't have the courage, the balls to say that I will want to stand as a president or probably contest to become even a member of parliament.
I will agree with you, but also would say that we've seen it before where a member of parliament, I think Efija MPP on the MPP ticket, I think Angel Nebano said it. She was very young. I think she was in University of KNUST, right? And she became a member of parliament.
Yeah.
So it depends on what we are able to marshal. You see, for me, campaign funding and all those things. It's about people believing in your dream and wanting to support the dream. So if you are able, you are capable to marshal people to be able to contribute to your campaign, I don't see where we should have a challenge with it. My issue is that most candidates file on the ticket of a political party.
Exactly.
Even if you look at the independent candidates in Ukraine, maybe with this new amendment, probably we can look at the framework. Because I think for me it's about the framework and the system we create, but not necessarily about the age. If we create a particular framework now be checkmate, it will ensure that in Kenya on gets there. Because in terms of money, we know very young people who have made it. I mean, if you look at Elon Musk, this Facebook guy, most of them made it at a very early age. So it does not necessarily matter about the person's individual finances.
Okay.
But it should be about what you are able to put together. You might have the money, but if you cannot marshal everybody to vote for you, then your dream, it becomes a personal dream.
Citizen, let me say, would you support the Independent Registrar Regulator of Political Parties and Campaign, the IRRPC, the proposal that is coming from the Constitutional Review Commission? Would you support it?
I support it, but I have a challenge.
Okay.
Some I am be started a conyandaba. we have been pushing there. There should be, I think I have receipt of those things that I started championing there. There should be an independent body that handles the growth and health of a political party.
Okay.
Because our electoral commission is so concerned about Yabaton. But if you practice multi-party democracy, or then your institutional, or political party now one's in the obejinawo yehu. Because Sanjin na ishekekede o odu abatu anagofumbra, then we are just having fafrakobo. We should have healthy political parties which will form the development agenda of our country. Because if we are not dealing with healthy political parties that will form the agenda of our country, then yakwaya na yebe. So these are the things that the independent body is supposed to look at to ensure that there is a growth of not just the political parties, but we help in shaping development. The research department of every political party needs to be developed. So if you have an institutional body or handle some of these things or check there as a political party, are you even conforming to certain provisions that even the gender balance and all those things, they are there ensuring it? We need that effort. We need to grow our democracy, and we need to grow it by supporting them and building capacity. But the Electoral Commission, as we speak, after last election, Electoral Commission don't even put in a review meeting. You don't even review the last election. So it means that there are some capacities that are in here. The only challenge I have there, and again, how you to me and you be of an independent body man.
Exactly.
Because everything else we politicize it. Every party be depending on where you sit, whether in opposition or in government, sees a body as independent. Immediately you move into opposition, it's government in what name. You see, so that is where I have a challenge. How can we make a body independent and really trust that that body is independent, and you support that body to provide an independent role? I think that's where I have my challenge.
And equally, that is why I also share the same challenge with you, because I say our kind of whom be always be crying you didn't know here on a man of Fahana on your independent. You could the same thing you find even judges. We are still telling ourselves we can tell you this one is NDC, this one is MPP. So how much more? I mean, and no one but clearly, my maybe also a question way. In as much as we also have our own issues with whoever will be the independent one, the matters of finding solutions to deal with more elections and then more campaigns, where they're going to have some specific times for us to have the campaign done and all that. Do you share the same thing? Do you think that it is going to help where Yasha Abaya Fufra say we are not telling us that we should allow them to run, do all the things that they are doing? We'll have time to do campaigns to really position us to say campaign elections.
Oh yeah. I think the end of the crowd, I was having a conversation somewhere. It looks like Kojo I'm sure there is some political party be start ni year ni first year. Until the minyama bebre and yet. You see that level of partisanship kokan na maintain in Dembri from the night of elections and another campaign starts. I think that we should do it in a way or being feel that a gag. But until American, it's about a system we need to operate. When we operate the system now, Obia be fall in line. What is the definition of campaign? Until either you check the muye and you your constitute campaign, or constitute oversight responsibility in terms of providing oversight checks on the Abarian, because into me opposition parties, nasa ben or chumpa or something na benti or no good policies on na so we are. I think it's more about what happens in parliament, where sometimes people take position based on their partisan interests.
Okay.
So I think that is where we need to manage it, but it shouldn't necessarily be there. We are stopping certain scrutiny. And for me, it's also campaign. You see billboards. Sometimes billboards are mounted to 2024 elections. Some of them they are
still there. Yes,
they should all be taken off. Everything, even the government in President John Dramani Mahama, everybody be NDC related. It should be taken off. It should be the flag of Ghana, showing that this is our leader. This is the leader of the country, so that we are all behind that leader. When we start doing these things, the project be Mahama project, Akufo-Addo project, Kufuor project, Rawlings project. When you scar what the year, or your Ghana is kind of what the year, so or your Ghana project. It's when we are even providing scrutiny to a particular initiative, we should provide the scrutiny based on Ghana's interest, but not because of my party position. It's in the MPP worker, more opposition, not most of them. It's in the other you problem with it too, but because of Mamuka and Inti, no, that posture should change. It should change with all of us. Saying them. Number me scrutinize DB because of the interest of Ghana. Ochinana say also by power. Na so bri ye bibia ye botumi akase tia. We need to start now.
Okay.
There. Abanisha asa. We are scrutinizing based on the interest of Ghana and not our partisan political party interest.
Okay.
You take a position. There. I won't have a clear mind, but then this is my position. When it comes to this, we object it. No. We find a way that it will serve the interest of Ghana. Okay. The national plan, there were there a lot of national development and plan and all those things.
Sure.
The things that they put up. I don't know how the framework is, but we should have a national plan. When we have a national plan, everybody will toe that line. But if it looks like it's a political party manifesto, no be on a normal some of these discussions and all that. For me, those that is a key interest that I have in this. That we should have a national plan, and yes, we shouldn't be so partisanship and take positions. We should support government and criticize government whenever it should be. Mama on embargo Tobiado, baby I could be no, and I don't think that is what they intend doing to.
Okay, all right. Citizen, Medasipa, why?
Medasi. Now, and I pay me flag bearer, Dr. Daniel Augustus Latte Jr. ne birthday.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And I pay my minjina wa free do.
Nice.
Na mema Dr. Latte Jr. Awodapa. Ya menka no no ya ne kase. GCP free na pay yes ya man Awodapa. I mean sure no ya ne kase.
Amen. Yeah, that's it, citizen. Your citizen at 2018 the General Secretary the GCPP party in the 18 communal 38 minutes into 8 a.m. Samson Asaki Ewufia, National Chairman, my People's National Convention PNC. Also have Babedi and Komamin can win a famous call Samson Sansama by Zika so Ziga stake. Now it says that the constitutional review should focus on law and order and see towards that cases such as criminal cases should last for only 6 months. Land cases and others should last at least 2 years maximum. Hence, any judge who does not deal with the case immediately should be called by authority. This will help see to it that justice is served immediately. Musapa Paka, sorry, I was Sunyane and a day a year way a buy. Something be about Kodia once again.
Be about Kojo.
Nice, yeah, the radio say. PNC, Ubian here.
So far as I'm here this morning, and my leader was in the village.
Okay.
Sankana.
Okay.
I think he lost one of his uncle also in their performance funeral, and so but we are here holding the fort.
Okay.
We are so privileged to be here this morning. Now, first and foremost, my mama official part. And NLT for NFF4.
Yeah.
Maakye citizen at Tudazi and Minia Madia interview me this morning.
Yeah.
But citizen Amayati say one of our comrade Dr. Augustus Latte.
Yes.
The birthday.
Yes.
Remember Dr. Bibia Owabia happy birthday. We pray that God will give him wisdom, good health, and strength, so that he'll be able to lead the party as the way it is. His general secretary has been one of the fantastic guys. Atudazi has been one of the fantastic guys.
Yes.
I come to meet in politics, and he has been very in-depth knowledge. He's very, very rich in in-depth knowledge. And so when you want to compare and contrast with the age that they are talking about, perhaps maybe even though Atudazi says that you see him with the baby face, he didn't tell me how old he is.
Yeah,
but look at the level of his knowledge.
Yes.
Look at the level of the member of parliament for Kitusaf, right? Or
Yes.
That we talk about, Edem Agbana.
Yes.
I mean, very, very intelligent guys. I was just looking at Senegal.
Exactly.
The last time
I was
his boss was supposed
early
to be
40s, right?
His boss was supposed to be the candidate, and I think he had some issues. And some few days or few months to the election, they say, okay, if that's the case, I'll put my boy. And the guy win the election and made the man his prime minister. They have a prime minister. His boss now has prime minister. And so you see how things could change. His boss, he was saying yes to his boss. In the morning, the boy became president and made the boys the prime minister.
That's
and the
how
prime minister has to serve.
Yeah.
So wherever I have a policy. Wherever I find people, whether you are a cleaner, whether you are a messenger, whether you are a front desk, whether you are, because such a person can change.
Yeah. Within hours, things can change.
You understand? I used to be a factory hand in Tema. I used to work at where they cut the fish, the tilapia. We call it PFC, Pioneer Food Cannery. When I came from school those days, 2001, it was one of the places I went and worked for like 3 days or so, 2001 to 2003, before I left there. But today I'm sitting here. So it's not about the beginning, it's about where you are aiming to.
Yeah.
And when you also have a person like that, very determined, very persevering, very hardworking, looking forward to contribute to his quota, then of course certainly you should not look at his age to judge him. Okay. You should not look at his age. If the person has that wisdom, you can see that wisdom in the person. We need to support such a person to become president of the Republic of Ghana. Indeed, I said that we should, in fact, and Madi and Atudaji have all cemented what I've been thinking or I've been raising. Kojo, I'm 45. April, I'll be 46.
Okay.
I was born in 79.
Okay.
Now, are you telling me that 60-something years, your mama is now about 65, 68?
Yeah.
How old is John? 65 thereabout or 66? Yeah, something like that. It's ranging between that. Why would he should have been home if he were to be in public service? Civil service.
Civil service pension now.
He would have been home taking care of his grandchildren.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
No
Saraf and others children. Is that not it?
No credit.
Yeah, but he's still come to office to think about for you and I.
Yes.
He come to take policies for you and I. I thought it's the youth who plan for their future. In the next 50 years, this is where I want to aspire to. In the next 60 years, this is where I want to be. I want by 60 years, in fact, even in other jurisdictions, people retire at 50 years. They don't even want to wait till 60 years. Even now, people are even pushing that to push them to 65 or 70.
Yeah.
You see it?
Yes.
Many, I think this constitutional review, I don't know whether it's part of the requirement. They have also commented something about it. That, because sometimes you see someone retired and the person still looking strong.
Yeah.
Then you wonder why did they allow such a person to go back. Our law say 60 years. So as soon as you get to 60 years, the person is going. So I think that, and yesterday, just like yesterday, I attended one birthday party. One fantastic engineer who used to work with cocoa processing company, the CPC, where they do the chocolate. An engineer, he got retired yesterday. When we see the guy, he's called Joe Ayorogo. Yesterday we were there. When you see Joe Ayorogo, he's still strong. He has the energy to work, yet
retirement.
He has to go retire because law catch him. So I think that let's look at it again. But above all, I think that 30 years in recommendation in the Constitutional Review Committee is laudable. We should accept it. Why? Even if you are a small boy and you win president, you definitely have handlers. They will groom you.
Yeah.
They will groom you.
Okay.
So far as the person has a very clear mind, clear vision, his policies is catching and buying all of us into it. We'll vote for the person. I heard you asking about what will be the financial strength of the person.
Financial
strength of the person. I mean, even Alan and others, even including John Mama and Akufo-Addo when they were campaigning at their level, they were raising funds. Were they not raising funds? They were raising funds. Bobby Wine is in Uganda, campaigning vigorously. I did not raising funds. So we should use technology to raise funds. If Samson Asake is leading my party, PNC, as a president candidate, and I'm very young and I have a good idea for good vision for the country, and I put myself out there, we should be able to have technology, okay, or idea as to how we raise funds. Certain political parties has good themes that raise funds. Is that not it? That you raise funds to propagate in your campaign. I am not happy with what Madi said in his last or before his last statement that you go to IPAC, you have some political party who have no offices, and they suddenly appear there and they are talking. I mean, first and foremost, Ghana cannot be two political party state. Are you listening to me, Kojo?
Yeah, me too.
We cannot be two political party state. What they are trying to do, they are trying to weed already. They have swallowed most of these smaller political parties members. If you go to MPP, NDC, they will swallow PNC members. They will swallow CPP members, isn't it? The whole NDC is made up of PNC and CPP members. MPP the same thing. They also picked some MPP members. Look, the former Interior Minister, Ambrose Dere and others, used to be PNC members. And there was some case like that during Kufuor time, and the guy was so good, and Kufuor swallowed him. MPP swallowed him to the outside.
Yeah.
I can tell you, I can mention a couple of persons. John Mama said was a CPP member. And they took them to PNC. So you get what I'm saying? NDC. You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
So I can tell you, the smaller political party, we need them to check the government of the day. We can't use, yes, you may bring a regulator, an independent regulator, but we will not accept any independent regulator that will come to say that I'm closing down. There are too many of political parties and some don't have offices and what. What do you mean by some don't have offices?
Now, when your offices are Mayenka?
No. How do you know? Look, because he's in government. That is why he's talking the way he's talking. Look, yesterday, so a few days ago when MPP left office, not up to 1 year. In fact, it wasn't even up to 6 months. When they were crying that they could not get money to pay their offices, they could not get money to pay their staff, and Japan have to go and donate money to them. You remember? You remember political party that was in government?
Yes.
So Madi is talking like this because he's in government. Look, when you come to political parties like the smaller political party, we are suffering. In fact, I didn't see anywhere the constitutional, I don't know if you have seen it, anywhere that they recommended that at least you need to resource these smaller political parties.
Yes.
Is there anywhere
the issue of the Democracy Fund supporting policy development, gender, and non-campaign activities and all that? Those are the things that they are saying.
They say what? Can you read that?
They're talking about a Democracy Fund where they're going to use it to support policy development, gender inclusion, and then non-campaign activities.
So what are the non-campaign activities that they are doing? And what will be how will you assess? How will the political party assess it? What are the criteria?
Yes.
In their recommendation, have they recommended that we should give gender-based seat, maybe women sit in parliament, permanent seat, not to vote?
Yeah, there's a line.
Disabilities.
Okay.
Disabilities.
Okay.
The disability also need to have a say in parliament. Do they say they will give a permanent seat to disabilities?
No, me who be but I think gender is.
Do they say they will give a permanent seat to maybe these smaller political parties? You get it, because if you look at in the country right now, MPP and NDC have swallowed all the seats. And we say we are practicing multi-political party system. Is that not it? And so, but when it comes to the big ones, the two, they will open their tentacles and swallow all of us, and we have no place. That is it, because if we were also having permanent seats, if we were having a seat, it's okay, we could not win, but by law, they should give them permanent seat in parliament.
Your mom sit in there. I mean, she see ya call election year call no. Also your campaign, me your campaign. Among for aji me candidate no di me party ne no omaji atu.
So what is the use?
Because if we are capping the parliament seat to 276 just as we say.
So what is the use?
How do I
so
get you on?
What is the use of multi-political party system that we are practicing in this country?
To enable us to have an effective elections
and good governance.
And good governance.
Yes. Thank you.
And
so, the smaller political parties must be critiquing the government of the day. Is that
sure.
it?
And so continue to critique.
Yeah, no, but
why do you need a seat?
But from what they are doing, and from the way I've seen Mahdi others speaking, you remember some time ago, I said that the smaller political party, what is their percentage? They didn't even want us in parliament. I'm in IPAC. No, be so. But when they come to election, they know that we are important. Is that not it?
Yeah.
When they come to election or when they come to second round, what did they say about second round? We will, if you support a political party or if a smaller political party, I'm also looking at, if you come to an election, the smaller political party declare for you, like we did for NDC, and they want government, and there are certain positions they are not giving us any appointment. What is the constitutional review talking about that? Because if a smaller political party support you to form government, what should you do for the smaller political party?
Okay. I mean,
is there anything like that? Because classic example is 2024 PNC declared, because we were disqualified, we declared for one of the bigger political party. By so good, God so being good, that political party won election and appointing members of his government, ministers, chief executive, deputy chief executives, ambassadors, and did not give a slot.
Okay. May I say idea? I think Wiseman
so
from Mankesim.
We should be asking questions.
Okay. Wiseman from Mankesim tells me that Mahama is 68 years now. So
Good.
I mean,
yes.
that's the
so
correction.
8 years now, thinking for you and I. It's taking policy for you and I.
Yes.
And what is our growth?
Yes.
They're talking research and development.
Yes. but you share a more political side. I mean, what the commission is also saying that yente a independent registrar, regulator of political parties and all. What ye madi, what ye citizen. I mean, your take on that from PNC point of view. Do you support first off, say yente a independent registrar and the regulator yente?
I have a problem there. And I think Dazi wanted to say something, but he did not say it as I wanted, the way I wanted him to say it. Say, you could take independent regulator. At the end of the day, it's going to be a government in power who will appoint whoever will come there. And guess as 2024 election, what we saw, when the then NDC, now in government, were crying that the government of the day were regulating or stretching the EC to do things that wasn't in favor of them. You remember? Same thing, a government tomorrow will appoint an independent regulator, come and look at your party and say, look, please close these people, they are worried. As I can go, they are worried, so close PNC. That could be one of the danger. And they will say it's by law. Look, we don't have the muscles to raise funds as MPP NDC does. So if it's going to be one of the regulations, it's going to be, look, we are going to see how you get your finance, how much are you going to use for the campaign? Yeah, you need to pay. Yeah, need to buy our ideas, no? We have the ideas how to govern the country, what to do to change the suffering of the many Ghanaians, the ordinary citizen, but because we do not have the a financier, like your boss here, like to go to, let's say, Ibrahim Mahama and the rest, say support us. When you go there and you say, okay, I have my party to support, why would I give you resources to go and campaign against my party? So we will suffer. So they will weed us off. Is that it? That's going to be the danger, and they are going to use the law. They are going to say, this is the law. It's not about somebody hate your party. Maybe at that time they will say, oh, Mr. Sake, your party offices, yes, we have seen the regional offices. We haven't seen every constituency office. We don't have the money. We don't have the resources to so that same regulator, will they give us fund, that fund that you're talking about, so that we will go and rent our offices, so that we will go and have a permanent secretary sitting in our administrator sitting in our offices, running day to day, would the fund look into the smaller political party? If there will be fund, there should be fund to support the smaller political party to development to go to a par with the biggest political party.
But
one of the challenges that we cannot complain.
I mean, something. My worry has to do with what's the opposite with the political party? Opposite will ba abemu.
Yes.
Now ubi di on minus so. Now we the send the fata. Now why we feel crown? You don't even have what it takes to even manage your house in terms of your offices, the structures, and all those things. And yet, opposite you're saying you sue the ordinary taxpayers' money. Now you sign akwochire ne say the development no you sign kotibi near the bayer fund near the fund you sign the amawo na wo dey your political party.
Yes, see and NDC and MPP for NDC and MPP for ba na wo call other concerns who say almost see dan first na you na almost you ready oblim store that it. And now we no chaos near penti near it. NDC MPP until they came to power. That now they have people to fund, to support their constituency level, support regional level. So we are not in power, my brother. It's not easy to rent offices all over the country, constituency level. In fact, you must have offices in all the 16 regions. It used to be 10. You must have offices at least in all the the district level, capital levels. And constituencies is part of the requirement. So after election, even the NDC in power today, when they were in opposition 8 years ago, so their offices were closed down. But now that they won, if you go everywhere, they will be there. Isn't it? Because they are getting resources. They are getting something from headquarters to run. But yeah, we need be. So because we didn't have so much cash to put up offices all over to meet the EC requirement, we should go off. Is that what you are saying? With the knowledge, with the idea we have for the country, we should not. I think they should rather support the smaller political parties for their growth.
So, person will get banker. You are required to have.
Oh, bank is trading. Don't compare apples with eggs. Banks is making profit.
Okay, so
political party does not make profit.
But you just said a short while ago that you were even doing analysis that it be bad bemono. First name a high kiosk.
Yes.
Or mobile and CC and no building of your own. Where did they get the money from?
Kojo, I don't know what media last year. You are seen most media person.
Exactly. So I'm driving to a point.
I just told you that they have appointed DCs, they have appointed ministers.
I am driving to a point.
Listen, they have appointed CEOs. They are contributing to the party national headquarters every month. So all of them, you cannot take CEO and at the end of the month you just take your salary. And then put it into your pocket, and you and your wife, your children shop it, and you won't give a percentage to the party office. You must give something to finance the party activities. So those funds, including people who have benefited, contractors and others, are also contributing to support the party growth.
Yeah,
we are not in power.
Okay.
We haven't won power before.
It is a mobile power. That's the same routine you're going to go through.
But that is what is happening. But how do the NDC and people get money to
Is it proper?
run? Is it proper?
Is it proper to do that?
Oh, if someone work at the end of the day, he take his salary, and what he intend to do is there any law to regulate that? If you are a minister or chief executive and you take your salary, you shouldn't give a percentage. You shouldn't contribute to your dues to the run of your political party. If the political party was not to be viable and campaign and win government, will you have been gotten that appointment? The likes of Sami Jemfi, the likes of Jerry Ajay, Eric Ajay, them. So many guys that have appointed to ministerial positions, chief executive officers, even the governor of Bank of Ghana will have to contribute. The deputies there, they will have to contribute to the party growth, to the party activities. Because if you go to the national headquarters there, they are not appointment, they are not in government payroll. I said and co. But they go around. When they go around, where do they get the money from? They are withdrawing from the party account because members are contributing. And people are even donating to us as well. People who love the party will donate. But when it comes to we, the smaller political party like a citizen is speaking from GCPB, CPP, LPG, APC, PNC, even LPG and APC, they are even better than us.
Sir, Ebane say, you say,
they are financially resourced than us.
Who?
APC and LPG. Oh. You can see the flamboyant life their president candidates are living. They are better than us. But we don't have.
Now,
if we want to take CPP, PNC. Maybe I don't know. I mean, the longest party that you can mention is CPP PNC. No,
Yeah.
we are suffering. That's a fact. That's a fact. Because our members is not financially viable. We have not been in government for a very long time. We have not had government contracts. Majority of these people are having government contracts, and they are contributing heavily to support their party running. That is where they are going to use to weed us off. We will not agree to that.
Okay. All right. The issue of the IRRPC also coming in to take a section, major part of the work that you see has to do with some of the functions that they're going to take up. I mean, registration of new political parties, making sure law and order goes into it, more finances, and put a structure down for against vigilantism and all that. Do you support that?
Vigilantism, I'm against it.
Yes.
And I think the previous government enacted an act to punish people who are doing vigilantism. To regulate the political parties, to put a law in order. I'm not saying we are above the law, or we are not. We don't want the law, but the law must also give specialty treatment to the smaller political parties. If they will bring any law that will come to give a dog a bad name and hang it, to come and scrap us, and at the end of the day, they are all tailing towards only to MPP and NDC. Then, my brother, this country will be doomed. We cannot bring any institution who will also, and then in this country we have the history is shown, the government of the day is what everybody is going to. And at Citizen Atudaji asked you, are you sure we can get an independent person? Who will not, and anybody, and who are those going to appoint the person? Is it the same Constitutional Review Committee that will interview the person and appoint? Who will recommend the person? Is it an ordinary Ghanaian can call on radio and say, if they are looking for an independent person, then I am recommending that this person should be taken. Or the government of the day will come and say, this is the person we want to be in that or hold that office. How are we going to appoint the head of that institution? It should be questionable.
Okay.
Kojo, are you listening to me?
No, I am.
We have to grow. Who? Are we going to leave it to the citizenry to say, oh, if this is about independent, somebody who will not kowtow to MPP or NDC or the president of the day, let's bring this person? Or is the same government that will come and say, okay, we have searched and this is the person we are bringing? And who are those going to interview that person and to see and to test his independence? Is it Parliament of Ghana? Parliament of Ghana, you go there and they have their interest. MPP have their interest, NDC have their interest.
And voting will tell.
So, for me, I think that is going to be a big challenge.
All right.
But, before 2004 election or 2008 election, the EC, after filing of nominations, buy vehicles and distribute to the political parties. Yeah. I think before Afarjan left, they scrapped it.
Yeah.
But you see, if they tell the amount of money that the EC spent in 2024 election, you collect all this budget and you cannot finance these smaller political parties. So I think the amount of money that go to EC, some should go to finance the smaller political parties.
Okay.
If you give us fund, you can hold us accountable to tell you what we are using the resources for.
Okay.
That I agree.
Okay.
But if you bring any institution to regulate, that will not come to give us any support for the smaller political parties to also grow. But we will rather come to say, I'm scrapping them off.
Okay.
We will not agree to that.
All right. Something you better say a friend or buy as time goes on. These are proposals. So President Kanye now after Christmas.
So I have asked the people with disability, will they give them a permanent seat in parliament? If you go to other countries, women and children, they give them a seat in parliament. Is that not it?
Yes.
For gender purposes.
Yes.
So after parliament, there's plenty of women there. I won't even talk about that gender balance. But there are also some constituencies that should be remain. In other jurisdictions, some constituencies they will say, oh, this constituency it should be a woman. Would the regulator come to do that work? Would the regulator give a permanent seat for disability? Because the disability voice must be heard at policy level. So these are the takeaways that I want to give to you. But any regulator that will come and will not support the smaller political party in terms of funding, so that you can follow to see whether the funding that we are giving to the state is supporting them. Are they using it for the right thing or what? Then forget it. Then we are not ready for any regulator.
Okay, all right. Answer about Christmas in our swing.
Yes.
Importers issues. I mean, it's said dollar and it's stable amount will be fine.
Been fantastic.
Okay.
The government of the day has done a good job. Even I hear some people are what do you call it? Atufoshin. Some people say Atufoshin wasn't spending, but Atufoshin also said that he's spending in prudent area, and he brought fiscal discipline, inflation from 28 to single digit. Prime rate is now at 18%. It's supposed to even come down. CD to the dollar. This morning I'm thinking somebody was saying something that the dollar is about 12 point something or so. That in the forest review, I don't know, but where people were thinking dollar have gotten to maybe 16 cities or 18 cities, but maybe dollar is still at 12 point something. It's still moderate and far better. We at Port, we really benefited the savings or the stability that the government has brought, and that is why I have asked Jody for say this omuyi nemano sika. Yanyi Nemano Nubo, so that Ghana for every 20 Christmas in the year. Because we port for the last for the month of April to August it was 10.2. Then it came to 10.9 to 11.5, and that is what customs is using. What it means that beginning of the year, January to March, we were using 13 cities in calculating duty. And so if this stability has come and inflation has come down, why can't we reduce the prices so that I think that is the way to go. So far, so good. The governor of Bank of Ghana, the Gold Board, CU, the finance minister, they have done extremely well. And that is why we have seen peace in the country. Food prices have all come down. A broker now it costs 1,200, 1,300, and then we got 450, 500, 50 kilogram. Okay, rice is hovering around 400 Ghana cedis. And yes,
400
rice, yes.
Oh, okay.
And then 500 Ghana cedis.
Like the bag, right?
Yes, last year by this time, 5 kilogram was hovering around 130, 140. And then it's about 50, 60 cedis.
Oh, okay.
So oil is it was about 1,000 plus. Today, oil is about 550, 500. Look, things have come down drastically, I must say. Okay. And so, President Mahama have shown the way. They will set an agenda that they promised Ghanaians they have. But, however, to end, we are in Christmas. PNC say the support come NDC no more win here.
Okay.
Now, me say omo di Christmas picture, but omo nka hwe nche yeah declare. Who say PNC will declare my John Mama. We don't go pardon so declare my John Mama. Okay, pa.
Yes.
Because I was one of the person who initiated that declaration. Because they came to me and I said, okay, I will organize for them to declare, and they did declare. And so if you declare now your couple ya doom na ya to aba na NDC winning na John Mama be president na ya kokodi brin ya jira na ya kokodi brin GFP for mo frame sa PNC for mo frame ya business asake what is happening national chairman what is happening the NDC for so mo refia ya gua ya wa there's always tomorrow madi no kasa no kasa say there's always tomorrow Christmas omondi peche na ya njaye ya wa ho ya wa pa
Matthias here Samson Asaki and Edin Commoner National Chairman Emma People's National Convention Edin Commoner 9 minutes into 9 a.m. But what say so do if you know Ekoswa ato 92.9 and after say Kessben TV reading Eddie Amansan so for Kojo Preko Dankwah. Let me read some of the messages interesting before I go to Ziga Steak with the Nana Frimpong Ziga
to me Anna
messages no. Okay, making can be so that we can move on. Say good morning. I reserve these two comments on the constitution review. 1, I suggest the member of parliament campaign and function outside the ticket of political parties. Political parties should be reserved to the executive body alone. This will enhance the breakage of the legislature and the executive, thereby promoting the spirit of separation of powers. 2, the Speaker of Parliament should be nominated and voted for purely by members of Parliament themselves and should have nothing to do with the President. And then 3, the incumbent President, even after 8th year in power, may still stand for an election to continue if his output in the 8 years is laudable and the party still finds him favorite, and not just limit him to only 8 years. I believe this will ensure continuity and completion of necessary projects and programs.
And I support the 5 years thing. The 5 years you will be able to work. You will be able to use 4 years to work. If you are really working, then the 5th year is an election. I think the 5 year will be, because surrounding here, Togo is 5 years, Africa is 5 years, Burkina Faso is 5 years.
Yeah.
But we are just 4 years. I think we should be able to go. The 5 year is a good thing. And
okay.
MPs not becoming ministers, I think it's a laudable idea. MPs not because so the minister will have a full time to work. Okay. MP has a full time to work in parliament. Okay. So either you wait, your party win and you become a minister, or you contest to go to parliament as parliamentarian.
Okay. Then I have Tiwe Ansawako, because this one is straight to you. He says that, can you ask the chairman of PNC whether he has gotten or received contracts from the government, since he's saying he supported the party, the PNC supported the party?
Yeah, my appointment, we have not given an appointment.
No appointment, no contract.
In the party, I am the only person that was nominated to put into the Isolated Export Committee, Development Committee, Isolated Export Development Committee. In that committee, is the president is the chair. Yeah, meeting back up. Yeah, meeting. The whole year, meeting one back up. As I know, I'm called Gusitano.
Okay.
Come see. When the government came,
yes,
they appointed people into board.
Yeah. Yes.
Some are GNPC,
yes,
Bank of Ghana,
yes,
Gapua.
But did you present a list to the party?
Listen, they are there as board members. No, be so.
Yes, it be so.
They have done series of meetings. Some of them have even gone trip.
Yes. Yes.
We are a committee that we sit where the president chair. Yeah, back meeting back up. Not even one city was given to us
after the meeting.
Not even one city.
No allowance.
Once. Now, more board. No, said yes, we are board members.
Yes.
Now then, they committee only once.
Now, capital committee.
The whole year. Board now constitution.
4 times.
Some have even gone more than 4 times. This December, they probably have met before they even end the year. Will end the year, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, yeah, only once.
Okay, all right.
No, so no contract. Nobody has given anybody contract.
Okay.
Yeah, they are declared command almost say my appointment.
Oh.
The contract no why can say my contract. Why they
Obisa no Obisa.
Yeah, my appointment my contract.
Sorry, Ebeba. Why? Ebeba.
1 year.
Ebeba.
Omundidi.
Ebeba.
So omundidi.
Ebeba.
So mbaka say we just came. Oh, so omundidi.
Ebeba.
Say PNC vote cry your back cry boy. I can omudi mu win here. Say PNC vote your back cry boy. I can omu win here.
Some say Ebeba. It's true. But I say in America, you should reach an age specific. You should have a qualification specific. You should have a specific amount of money in your account and so on. Ghanaians are still talking of age and not on serious qualification issues. My God. We if he alas or ena or the eba. And so I call a mini abema honomono. Wise man said, this man is only being propagandist. The food prices has come down. Well, wise man meaning say we are one of Nema form there. But if truly Nema form so there, we should just appreciate send Nema form. Teacher constituent once says Christmas is tomorrow, but hardship is biting hard in Ghana. People are suffering in silence. Ghanaians wish they voted differently in 2024. The NDC's government has been a disaster. MPP is a hope for better Ghana in 2028. Ghanaians deserve a better living conditions, and MPP will deliver. Greetings to Honorable Mavis in Kansambwedu Koka, Honorable Dr. Osei Yawedichum, and Honorable Mavis Howard Combs. And that brings me to the man Festus. Now I'm adding the Festus GB. Nana from Ponziga to it. Every day we are me back over. Festus, we have a code here. Oh, Musa. Nice.
I think come to here. It's a crack crowd. It's a 7 days or
7 days.
Nyame fa yencha.
Amen.
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 In the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen. 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 Amen.
Amen.
Sure.
Yes, boss.
Yes.
I mean, touch a deal with you and son.
Okay. Okay.
Sir, constitutional review is
Commission for yeah.
I think it shouldn't be nipa baku minubia. Oma kwa kwatenasia. Ebia oma consult ubia. Some of the suggestions ni bi ewo mu no. Ye nim se bia omo contact nipa bia. And bia omo adebay. Bia na they are just doing this to massage the egos of some people. It could also be so bishop baby and official. I deal with Kaya Kebe you na committee na discuss no more deba. As a some by data as to how many people nipa baby F5 nipa bakum unimia they were consulted them. They consulted them. Ya kase betimi akomo akobisa say no kwese were they consulted or not. Because if care is not taken and conformity do omo wish ebaba be shegana kon. And I think we need to be very careful. Talking about the age, I think that many director baby will be a chacha. Many ne bayadini say ye age no yensi semu kakra. Ye age yensi semu kakra. If you say this country is 7 previous and no more money in quantity. Omo nim de no, omanyi no, omonim de, but no money nine nim de. You get me? So I think say your onkofo bi o ha. Sabi omadwumu do. Omo ye young but omadwumu do. These people should be given opportunity to rule this country. So at least see the age from 40 years no. Yet so 10 years ankeye. Jamaica writers ankeye. If you say, I was just reading an article right now when Samson Edin common. And I realized that Britain from 1917 something, the best prime ministers they have had so far, the likes of Winston Churchill, Margaret Thatcher, Bill Clinton, Mo, Beninano. There's one person that he did PM, a fellow William Pitt, and he was 24 years. You get me? William Pitt was 24 years, but he was able to rule the whole Britain. And when we talk about Britain, boss, it's easy. Britain, Northern Ireland, England, Wales, and Scotland. Ruling these countries together as a prime minister at the age of 24 years. Just say they saw something in the man. You understand? At the country no ese or mine benefit. So yentimin kan konfon she sa debia sa. Ukwa Germany. Unu say Germany who break you omu jailer. Abine foul. Na yesiesiu. Na yamauska. Yesi dan the amount. Ni achewe kwanya afa so awoye no. Na oma breaking ye fire kwanya afa so a u breaki jail no. Ni tap that idea no. We cannot afford to allow people who have ye finna say knowledge. I bet me dey aboa this country. Ebia time ye bet me benefit from the person ni enya no ahwere ne nkwa at the age of ebia 40. Ebi obedu 40 no. Ebi obedu 445 bi kura the political party ebe consider no. Seven previous ebia no ahwere ne nkwa. He mentioned Sami Jamfi. Yes, Sami Jamfi can be president. I'm telling you. Sami Jamfi can be president. Ushe asemo otu fo kafa Sami Jamfi huna. Enye me na yesa me kakra se Sami Jamfi betimi ay president. Sami Jamfi can be president. Sami Awuku can be president. Jamaica what I say. Go to America. Who do say America to become your friend say to say the age I bet to be the president of America is 35 years. 35. The largest economy in the world.
And will become has say in America, you should reach a specific age.
Yeah.
You should have a qualification specific.
Yeah.
And then you should have a specific amount of money in your account.
The bottom, yes, the bottom line we are discussing is the age.
Yeah, but clearly, I
mean,
yeah,
you have to have something. But we are talking about the age.
Yeah, but any dangerous amount, Ziga say, Fanny say, or a radical person be who can really amass the youth. So, I want against. And now, so will be a opese or whitewashing Nisika. Now, what far popular young guy be in the system, 30 years and I bear 31. I would to me amassing the pano washing kutupa. Na sani pa krui etume jina platform so rally at the memene youth na enam na waba be di or mine so is it proper where we don't have specific things to really regulate
okay so
that age now.
That's fine. So obediswa what do we have to assess the person? It's his performance. Anko ya ebe 20 ano. In any case, bisa mo say what says be uri age say. Osasibelki is battling court case ni age say. Abodepe. Victor Abodepe. Kwame Pepra, Victor Salome. Sipayan Kimwa Edromo court causing briefly financial loss to the state no more age say. So let us give them opportunity. Jesus Christ started his ministry at the age of 30. By 33, we were in ministry. He needed just 3 years. He ruled the whole world, and he's still ruling the world. We need to find, me say, yes, as for that one there, I do agree with them. Who do we say, age you call British Parliament, 18 years. British Parliament is the hottest parliament in the world. But one needs to be 18 years before you can go to British Parliament. So that is that. I support that idea.
Okay.
When Dr. Kwame Nkrumah came to Ghana, GGCC for far about then the age said 38 years. At that time, no better be a ruling Ghana. Memoir. Nimdia ne kutano. On my speech on trap paper so one trot. The speech is be or make it nano on trot. What's Emperor Haile Selassie? Abdenazar, they did not write their speech. You don't need them to attain a certain age before you can tell them say, "Oh, make me rule this country."
But would these political parties allow?
That is the problem. That is the problem. I am facing this here. Say I can't make a fiasco. Sabe.
What people must obebo Kojo Preko.
Yeah.
Obebo Samye Wuku.
Yeah.
Obebo these young guys.
Yeah, young
40s, early
40s, 39. Yeah.
A plus money capable of.
Yeah.
I mean these ages.
Yeah. Kwame bet me.
Na boy plan na
Kwame bet me a vice president.
And I mean what boy is say minister send me boy plan
my be so yeah political party. But Kwame bet me some mean
of course.
Kwame bet me and then today say na Kwame need to for 2 hours. Kwame bet me a vice president. Because he Memakon constituency. He's the first person the whole Ghana Wi-Fi free. Every town be one constituency. It's me na Makakofa members of parliament be eater. Makagu or Masumo or ma contact no. Mu yebi or constituency. He called me to tell me Ziga they no come up.
That's good.
Jamaican what I say. And he's giving the people what they want. Because or your critic. Maybe a critic. It dey be a person be perfect. Sana A plus it. So say person you don't tell me say want to be your president. President you did need. And you make an say. You did the president. You did lima by your president. Just by making you. What can Professor Kwame na whole book now? Obefe. Yes, surely man you who 2 days.
Kessben 92.9.
I'm sure people don't know Sasem we are making 48 hours. They were looking for the man. No move, no. You call Rollins if you are honest. As a BBNC. As a Ghana BBNC. president mu. I'm telling you. So we should allow this youth. Be or no obi on more betimi dia aboa this country. And my young man be age be na some imprediasa or lose interest. About who the president?
Met me.
Yes, and okay.
Yes,
Romo.
So baby course one.
Yes.
You need home come up.
I just keep to Feedback Africa. And our more research.
Okay.
Survey. The report in the Bayano. Or might say Ghana is good under Mahama.
Okay.
Soviet in Asia, Sana Seche. She say, Ushe all a part of Mahama Mamuna. You be how when you're 45%, you be in your 80%. Uko security, food and agriculture, obeko water and sanitation, obeko defense, obeko nini na wakani na bomwa. You be ho no or President Mahama and Koyi, you be how Koyi any adi. It to omukani na bomwa. And I say Ghanaians feel better under Mahama. Jamaica what I say. Just like how Chronicle newspaper captured it yesterday. Say Ghanaians are now feeling better under President Mahama. Eti Oshishano and a drew ministers are a ma President Mahama nya that percentage no. And all ranking ministers no. And Honorable Eriko Poku, the food and agric minister, food and agric and cocoa affairs minister. Is it that be cocoa crankano or your food and agric minister? On the bay number 1. Ranked as the first and the best minister. It usha ranking at to force and to on and on and on and on and on and on. It usha or honorable Rukupukua or Babe Fagana as a Greek minister. Now your food inflation over 21%. And we are dragging the about 6.6%. They make a ratchet say. Any feed Ghana Juma fertilizer or no one anti the commerce Quiafo free say wabua money and no money dorsal yet me canina. And I'm an ababe number 1. But that is not my focus. My focus in the say boss who back I say a political performance index. Now African Watch magazine for our
yes.
Now 2009 Steve Mallory, the editor, where you Makuma 3 in 209. So the 210, the first edition, the 210, and was dragged to the Privileges Committee. Say, MPs ni ministers ni be able so Adiana Abranti and because he was exposing some of the ministers. And as some of the MPs, so no, not any ministers be there a the bomb. You understand? Now, ministers are not exposed to they didn't like the idea. The ministers are not a the mom. They like the idea. You understand? And it was putting some of the ministers on their toes to work harder. It's almost A plus, B plus, and all this stuff. No, they were happy. The American watcher say, and a ginger for them to do well. All the bitchy. Now, maybe the say, I didn't think local government ministry. The local government, any UNDP, United Nations Development Planning, whatever. Any other civil society organizations, international and domestic. Oma kabom collaborate and as a conjunction. No oma organize district league table. 2024 collective 4 was number 1 in the whole Ghana. You get me? Sola tuna kaba for ekahun. It's a a me who district no bia de how bia epe for me. When they number 1, when they last, and on and on and on. And already UNDP reporter, how much I say district assemblies they work better than the ministries. They work better than the ministries. Why? It is because of the district league table. So maybe the say, how come that the chief of staff, who is the head of the whole ministries, no, Obiasanase, and also I'm report to the president. Yentimin creative BB to rate our ministers every year, so that ebetimi putu omo to their toes. What do you say? Report hereby. I watch a television station and I was so sad. Say some of the say commentators, they say ministers they don't even know them because they are not vibrant, and some of them they talk too much but they are giving us little. Some of them they don't talk but they do action. I remember I interviewed Madi Jibril and I'm saying, director, and so chair trick, how was he able to win more seats for National Democratic Congress? Was the trick ni adia bakope nekasa. And nekasa bebrebe action, underground action.
All right.
And now Dr. Peter Takwe describe Honorable Erikopoku say he doesn't see the man talking, he doesn't go on radio talking, always on the field working because Jubedi adia shan and sana so say food and agriculture and your agri ministry food and agriculture them say food na beka ho no say make sure say the bia aduane bebu our food security as most secured in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So I will entreat to abide say any other civil society organizations
Okay.
say Mallory in the bay na you didn't call privileges committee which a lot of people spoke against it. You understand? And then Smart Sapon started. Feedback Africa for started. Other people should also come in for us to rate our ministers.
Okay.
Kwa baby minister da. Zifa Gomashi.
Odan.
Oh, kwa unwe.
Me who rating?
Oh, me nim se menya bia.
Na ka fa send me. Odan he.
What the number your baby me dey me cry me hu e.
Echi baby.
What the now what don't cry no say do sisi ba na nkofo che say. Baby or than I say, or my good too much, and I'm so debi, Mamma, because hospitality you could this year. Sikaya fetchino, any skaketwa, make a pepe not media high, Miss Wasi. Any perception performance in this. Any. Yes.
On number
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Oh, 15.
15 out of 25.
Okay.
80 bad. Yes, I'm George you 81st year Kopoku, Atoforsen, Haruna Idrusu, Abujina Paul, Muntaka Mubarak, Dr. Ayini, the Foreign Affairs Minister Ablakwa, Kwabramita Kando, Kwame Agbaja, and Amabua. That's the first thing. Yes, that's
all right. Ziga, mera se pa se ode eno so bre so Herbal Hospital se men control se wa wo eni yade cataract glaucoma na face no partial blindness blurry na woni no so tum na wo hwe no me pa cho wa oni so Herbal Hospital for nkodi nkomo na mbebo ye pa the expert when it comes to eni yade pa wo krom hanu me nti no oni omo nkodi nkomo ye pa sa so eno mo di nkomo ana so mo sayare pa say back stroke diabetes hepatitis B alcohol addiction fibroid cancer of all kinds, liver, kidney disorders, prostate disorders, candidiasis, sexual weakness, STD, bedwetting, HIV, malaria, fever, adokro padia, na ye SO Herbal Hospital, ne so nyomo edi enkomo ye pa. Omo lab no so no, excellent. Oko honoma bibiabi, ewo honoma betumi aboa na yetuma hwehwe wo yare enim na doctor etuma ma wadro na ho atowo. SO Herbal Hospital, ye Amasamai, Omo Ben, ye Stadium Junction, Honum, and ye SO Hospital, no, Herbal Hospital, no, wo, and it's yen in temwe, na onyomo enkudin komo no mebo ye pa. From on 055 55 29253 055 55 29253 now for 0503 449 444 and now for 027 2859 115 now on your more ND and Komo. Che Pamsa men can trust the Christmas and announced one 25th and I face your holiday way in a New Year parties in the Obeko wedding also the Obeko and I face no other ones in I need DVSwa Obesha office where and also no Nina Chepam, some countries or Pam Nina, and into the end term now Nin could come any one other from ye pa. Internet open will be a man up in Pam Wataria Mau. Na Bibia to me Yama now so what you may try nice. Now party say cratchy. Ontario show we ababa Ontario show with the Koye pa now money diana a patron Chepam Indi and Common or where I wish you market a honum and or war. Friend on 020683 773 020683 773 Chepam or say your custom tailoring. On also need Nedia Ewohonom. And wise man from Maakye says allowing youngsters to be president is not automatic. It is contested. So what is the issue about age? Wise man from Maakye that he comes back and says the president is an ultimate position and a country's destiny is placed on their shoulders. Like a woman, everyone has okay, but he should wait for maturity before utilization. An intelligent young man should be more suitable when they rise through all political positions like the U.S. Then they can contest for flag bearership and finally contest for presidency. It shouldn't be automatic. This one is coming from Weissman on the and this one says the age 30 is okay, but it is only the elderly or the aged who have wisdom to lead. Even Job 32, 7, 8, and 9 says that, and I said, days should speak, the multitude of years should teach wisdom. But there is a spirit in man, and inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. Great men are not always wise, neither do the aged understand judgment. This tells us that that is how you have aged. Aged, that tells the wisdom you have. This one is Mosapaka Sunyane and Ode Nedia 36 into a year 9. And Chania de Jumediano so abawi, but on a finning now on Tenase, a year Afiniba Bequia, and on Tenase, Meka a year the producer of a year Kessben Maakye Accra, Richard Apia Sapon, Richard Aboagye Apia Sapon. Understand that is the full name, Richard Aboagye Apia Sapon. Nidin and
Obi Pai Bibina, who Aboagye no John Tias. Richard Obeso but so now Obeso confirms some was Aboagye Kawana. But same card registration in T. Full name no. But definitely the moments Uber register seminal. Yeah. We didn't know about POs. So I'm for this friend Festus.
Yeah. Festus GB.
It's a bar, both the Festus no home. Yeah. It's not bar. You know. Brakojo.
Yes, sir.
I think I couldn't and then say me back. Me by this time say you better age my for us. In fact, I don't me buy, but some say meant me anyway na time check for sports. So with regards to the morning show, I mean. I'm on more screen so and I all back room no and then the morning show cannot go well without our able reporters. When you talk of reporters, I'm more and seminal at the bread the morning show no you go through before you deba your viewers and your listeners and so at their course or mine from the north to the east to the south and I'm for who their course. So but me use this opportunity to appreciate your reporters and you know say your course and memoir I mean he has been very supportive to us. From day one, I took Kwame, no matter the time where I took Kwame, I said, I told Charlie, say, Nasi, number say, we don't want me, I do not turn you down. Say, Charlie, mean to me, and I said, Minko. Anywhere you ask I to go, I will be there for you. It's one of our hardworking guys. I think we need to appreciate Ato Kwame. He has helped us a lot about the video. But then I'll pay Ato Famao. So I'm using this opportunity to say, Ato, the morning show Maakye team, no, we are very grateful to you for your support. And then Osempakani Samson. And also Kumasi or some so I mean Samson, you see us sometimes they are also helping us from behind. Which we are the Sanka Bay of and say I mean we appreciate some Samson and then Asmedu Dakwa Akwana o Kumasi no Bema no 14 gram kesepa Asmedu Dakwa no efe no efe sinziga Asmedu Dakwa so 14 gram come on and Nana Adaibobe say Nana. Yes, and also that's a part of the supporter or the bar matching. We are very grateful. And then again, Mrekunyampon or Central Region, Kaswan in Potem, Mreku, and swap boy pa, and Pano say, Juma. I mean, Mreku, anytime you call Mrekunyampon, Mreku will be there to support. So I believe that Mreku has done a good work, and then we appreciate him for supporting us. From March, from January to today, we say a big thank you to Mrekunyampon. And then again, Kobe from Jubilee House. Yes. I mean, wonderful guy. And then we are appreciating Kobe. And then Grace Baba Sam, also being supportive. We appreciate Grace Baba Sam. And then Charles Bosompim, also courts. Charles also boy with update from courts. And then Eunice Afole, also from the newsroom. And then the news editor, Derek himself. And then Tina and so Kumasi. You say a big thank you to the team for supporting Kessben.
What kind of Estina?
Estina. Yeah.
Also,
Kotako joint.
Yeah.
So we appreciating them. And then again, like I said, the entire technical team for a year, Kessben Accra, I'm a boy we thanking them from the technical head, that's Raymond Percy, to Amos, to Eugene, to Danny, to Caleb, to Ananse, to everybody from the technical department. Vincent or Sports Squad has been very Abdallah Munina. I mean, they've been very helpful to Kessben matching. No matter the time will come, I mean, the pressure is there. Even I'm boss, Percy, we say a big thank you to him. And then the team in Kumasi, P2, we salute to you. I mean, the entire Mr. Sapon, entire team in Kumasi, we say big thank you to you. Pressure there, but I'm
I think in Kumasi is Desmond Tutu, Yao Peji
for Facebook.
The team is there. The team is there. I mean, we appreciate them a lot.
Yes.
And
then Eugene, right?
Eugene
Kumasi,
P2. I mean,
and then there's a guy I love so Steven. Is it Steven? Or Kumasi?
Okay.
I'm a control MCR or Steven.
Okay. And then let's not forget
Stana to associate
Stana
to associate Dankwah. Yeah.
And our social media.
Yes, I mean
let's not
graphics and everything.
forget my chief producer of all. I mean, the executive
and then
producer.
Sami Jemfi, is it Jemfi they call him?
P2, no?
On events, P2.
And guess
okay.
Guess
in friendly P2.
Yes, guess in friendly P2.
Okay.
And then my biggest producer, the executive producer of all, on the producer, a man can be.
What say?
A man can be. Yes.
On any producer, no?
Yes.
When the Nipana Bekana said,
yes.
On the producer, man can
be, no?
Okay.
A friend Andre Ninkra.
Mr.
That man.
Okay.
Please.
I want a friend, Mr. Ninkra.
Yes.
And the full name is Andrew.
Ninkra.
Okay.
That's no
a producer for
Mankabi.
Programs
now. What you can be named? No, I send a message. Pacho can yes, sir. No, I say sign. And then to only produce a year executive producer monitor Niamoka Akabonting. Senye sa no achiro no achire.
Onamu kana chief executive producer na emu.
For a man can be no. And then overall boss of all to Samuel Dubachi.
Okay.
We thank him for the guidance, all the man, and then our father Mr. Kessben.
Sure.
Without him, this very building, I mean, we will not be here.
Only executive producer.
Do we then with our clients?
Yes.
I mean, Amegan has been with us. That's Eclipse from day one, 4 years in the
consistently.
Amegan has been here. Yeah. We're thanking him. When we said Bright, do watch so. Frame on said and I say. I mean, he's been there for us.
Sure.
Bright, no funny camera. One man is all Bright, no.
Yes.
Bright has been good to us. We appreciate the community.
All right.
And then our clients.
Yeah.
Eclipse, Mascon,
Obatampa,
Sadek,
Tontina, everybody. I mean, we thank them for bringing their money to the show. We are very, very grateful.
Yes.
We are saying next year, I mean, we are going to give them a good content.
Sure.
They will not regret spending their money on the show.
Sure. But I must say,
Nana Kwabra Kessy, Renis. Okay. Man, Afincia Pa.
Okay.
Former CEO, Ghana Enterprise Agency, Kosi Yankee, on also Afincia Pa.
Okay.
And I'm Yami Papa. I'm good at Shanti CEO, Mr. Subonting. Yami Sunday birthday. Happy birthday in advance.
Okay.
Mr. Subonting. Birthday party, no. I invite you in
Okay. All right.
Yami show PPR.
Okay. All right. And then, Meda Fifi Swase. I mean, Fifi has also really done well. And then, your internal graphic guy, Daniel Addison. On also, I had the pa. Open so do be as a quick one for your uncle. Yes, quick one.
Then I hope one wrong.
About 9:45.
I mean, this gentleman for America ba. Your friend of Jeffrey Bema entry.
Okay. Oh, Jeffrey.
Aye.
Okay. Wow.
Jeffrey, the president of Cybermen Club.
Okay.
Worcester, Massachusetts. Now wabɛdu Ghana nti dwena ase wase obɛma ekunafoɔ ne mma ne ahia sɛ be predium obɛmɔ mo nneɛma eti Jeffrey Bermantwi wabɛdu ɔyɛ boga pa general ɔse na ɔpɛwasɛm na obɛbɛdu so ɔbɛfi Kumasi abɔ ne so wabɛba kra nti Jeffrey Bermantwi bɛna kwa ba all the way from US
Worcester bɛyɛ de obɛma man for surprise
wɛne fɛ
Adian mekasa me mpɛ na so mehwɛ akɔ no future Odachi.
Me future am
they say wa wani jim ho bia emfa.
Me future.
Odachi.
Mo fa say mabregu.
Ya hage na che tudu satu ni go say no ho keka na ba.
Na kapon love.
Ya da munyina ase. Ya da mase meda eye mpemfo nyina ase eye executives ni nyina meda obi biara ase na mada eye owura kwabena kese so ase ye pa and indeed he is a man who has turned me around when it comes to this. Initially I wasn't supposed to be in this seat, but for that period of time or me betina muno meda na say for him to identify all these ones in nyina no meda se bebre o peso ka yeah quick one yanko
yeah I feel na we ma meda nyankopon asese wode bank ha no 2025 this year number 2025 me movie ba me former station X sometime X be ho so yeah me ba kra I'm happy everything is well until me chia me wo fa alaji Idris Akuduri me chia honorable Salisu Bamba me chia honorable Bawa me chia honorable Nyina Kwabre SMP me sa so chia my new friend Asaki Awenko between me krom ni so I met him today
and Nadu so say
Nadu aduane pa de no ana agye kakra wa ha je no so no wonkomo bi na wie Nadu
and happy birthday to you, Hattie of Trouble, MPP Royal Ladies. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Hattie of Trouble, MPP Royal Ladies. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you once again. And then a happy birthday to you, Daniel Anson of ICGC Covenant Temple, Kotobabi. And then a happy birthday to you, Dr. Daniel Augustus Lati Jr., 2024 presidential candidate of the GCPP. Happy birthday to you. This one is coming from Citizen Atodazi. And then a happy birthday to you, Fifi. Is it Ayimbel Ayani Bwedu from a Sweet Frema? Happy birthday to you, Fifi. And then a happy birthday to you, Juliet Amponsa in Chroma, manageress at Ghana Friendship Farm. Happy birthday to you, Juliet. And then a happy birthday to you, Austin Wood Entry, a student of Tepa Yinaso MA Primary School. And then a happy birthday to you, Spain Boga, our Kessben commentator. Spain Boga, happy birthday to you once again, brother. And then a happy birthday to you, Ma Comfort Owusu, former headmistress of Duman SHS, from your son, Pankani Samson. Happy birthday to you. And then a happy birthday to you, Eunice, the banker, a fashion designer at Pankrono. And a happy birthday to you, Delali. And then a happy birthday to you, Anthony Emisa, a reporter at Lawson TV. And then from Kumase, from Atokwa Mena. And then a happy birthday to you, Veronica Nano. This one is from your daughter, Gifty Nano. Happy birthday to you. Rich, now say happy birthday to my oh, your clients in your better clients for you now say and I feel so my client service team in Madam was say led by Mavis Sasu. Meda wasi bebre ni ejuma pa waye nanama also meda wasi bebre ni ejuma waye from client services sales for no so no meda wasi owura Kofi and afi so me kan boama and then my man himself Odesempo kra minipa Martin so ya da bebre and then administrator of this house Akosia Lizzie. Yeah, that was Bebre, and then head of technical for us. Damuina say most antidona me dawasi yima me dawasi Bebre and I face Mr. Francis. Yeah, Damuina say memo we be official pa. And in the show, 49 minutes into 9, me jawa me sports team no. 47 minutes past the hour of 7 meeting at the Amansan Son for Kojo Preko Dankwah. You just join us at Kessben TV. Memoachi Emo Akwaba. Saso and I will join here at 92.9. Medawase Saudi video at 92.9.
Memoachi Emo Akwaba eba Kessben 92.9 and afeso Kessben TV Swore. Kessben Maakye Sunye meeting at the Amansan Son for Kojo Preko Dankwah. And I make a choice say in a day dafoforo ewo wabra bom. And until was so no pay we boya wo ewie die. Sorry waka na fa kokudru enante. Nenye gidi se eye den a erade ebeye amaw. And until u breakthrough ebebaso. Sorry na fa wo video no eto 92.9 and afeso Kessben TV on DSTV channel 364 and then on Go TV channel 121. Meeting at the Amansan Son for Kojo Preko Dankwah.